Jay-Z, Sean Diddy Combs, accused of raping 13-year-old in civil suit. Rappers Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs have been accused in a civil lawsuit of raping a 13-year-old girl back in 2000. The lawsuit, which was originally filed in October and refiled Sunday in New York to add Jay-Z to the list of defendants, alleges that the victim, identified only as a woman now living in Alabama, was raped by both men at a Video Music Awards afterparty. Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, referred to the allegations in a statement as a blackmail attempt. Combs' attorney denied the allegations. The lawsuit alleges the girl went to the V&As in New York City without a ticket hoping to get inside, but was instead invited to an afterparty by a limo driver who claimed to work for Combs. The limo driver allegedly drove her to the party, where she was told to sign something that she believes was a non-disclosure agreement, the lawsuit claims. While inside, the lawsuit alleges, after attempting to talk to numerous celebrities, plaintiff accepted a drink from one of the waitresses circulating the crowd. The lawsuit claims she began to feel woozy and lightheaded after drinking the portion of the drink and went to find a place to lie down. She went into a room that had a bed in it, and shortly after lying down, Combs, Carter, and an unnamed woman celebrity whom the alleged victim recognized entered the room, the lawsuit claims. The lawsuit then alleges that Carter held her down and raped her while Combs and the woman celebrity watched. After Combs also raped her while Carter and the woman watched, the suit claims. Combs then attempted to force the girl to perform oral sex on him, but she managed to punch him, grab her clothes, wrap them around her, and run away, according to the lawsuit. Although there were other guests still at the party, no one appeared to take notice of plaintiff's distress or attempted to help her, the lawsuit alleges. According to the lawsuit, after leaving the house and putting her clothes back on, the girl managed to run back to a gas station she had seen on the way to the party, where a clerk noticed her distress and allowed her to use the phone. She then allegedly used the phone to call her father and have him pick her up. The woman is seeking unspecified damages. In response to the filing, Carter said in a statement, "My lawyer received a blackmail attempt, called a demand letter, from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations, and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud. You are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable," the statement added. In a letter sent Monday to the judge overseeing the case, an attorney for Carter wrote, "For the avoidance of doubt, Mr. Carter is entirely innocent. This is a shakedown. He is not mentioned, referenced, or implicated in any way in the criminal investigation of Mr. Combs. He is neither a target nor a person of interest in that investigation." The letter was sent to request an expedited hearing on a petition to prevent the plaintiff in the case from remaining anonymous. Tenny Geragos, an attorney representing Combs, said in a statement, "This amended complaint and the recent extortion lawsuit against Mr. Busby exposes his barrage of lawsuits against Mr. Combs for what they are: shameless publicity stunts designed to extract payments from celebrities who fear having lies spread about them, just as lies have been spread about Mr. Combs. As his legal team has said before, Mr. Combs has full confidence in the facts and the integrity of the judicial process. In court, the truth will prevail that Mr. Combs never sexually assaulted or trafficked anyone, man or woman, adult or minor." Busby was sued last month by an anonymous male celebrity who alleges the lawyer tried to extort payments by threatening to file allegations of sexual assault, which the celebrity denies. Busby, in return, denies the extortion allegations. Busby did not immediately respond to a CBS News request for comment. In a statement posted Sunday night on X, Busby alleged that Carter was behind the anonymous lawsuit against him. What he fails to say in his recent statement is, "My firm sent his lawyer a demand letter on behalf of an alleged victim, and that victim never demanded a penny from him. Instead, she only sought a confidential mediation. Busby wrote, "Since I sent the letter on her behalf, Mr. Carter has not only sued me, but he has tried to bully and harass me and this plaintiff. His conduct has had the opposite impact. She is emboldened. I'm very proud of her resolve." Busby also wrote on Instagram that there has been a coordinated and aggressive effort against him that has included filing frivolous cases against me and my law firm, defaming me with outrageous assertions to anyone who will listen, and having mysterious people follow me and my family. People will see through this effort to discredit me and my clients, and the truth will be revealed. I also won't allow anyone to scare my clients into silence. Busby wrote. Combs is currently in custody in New York as he awaits trial on federal sex trafficking charges. His attempts to secure bail have been denied several times. Combs was arrested in September and charged with sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution, with prosecutors accusing him of using his business empire to engage in repeated abuses over the years. He has pleaded not guilty to the charges. Woman who accuses Jay-Z of raping her at 13 shares new details about alleged assault. The woman who accused Jay-Z and seen Diddy Combs of raping her when she was 13 years old shared new details about her recollection of the night of the alleged assault. In an interview with NBC News, the woman, now a 38-year-old mother who lives in Alabama, said she had stayed quiet for 24 years because she felt no one would have believed her. Even if somebody found out, who was gonna believe me? I mean, it was to the word of two celebrities against mine, she said. NBC said in the report the woman, who is referred to in court documents as Jane Doe, declined to be identified. Among the new details, the Alabama woman claimed that during the alleged assault, Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, placed his hand over her mouth and told her to stop when she resisted. The woman told the outlet that she acknowledged there are some inconsistencies in her account, but firmly maintained that she was attacked. In a statement to NPR, Carter denied the allegations of assault, saying the complaint was filed in pursuit of money and fame. He added, "This incident didn't happen, and yet he filed it in court and doubled down in the press. True justice is coming. We fight from victory, not for victory." This was over before it began. This 1-800 lawyer doesn't realize it yet, but soon. Combs has denied all accusations against him. His legal team told NPR on Saturday that now, a plaintiff of Busby's has been exposed of falsely claiming to be a victim. This is the beginning of the end of this shameful money grab, Combs' attorneys said in a shared statement. The lawsuit against Combs, filed by Texas attorney Tony Busby in October in New York, was refiled on Sunday to include Carter. Several lawsuits alleging physical assault, rape, and other misconduct have been filed against Combs since his arrest on charges of racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. But the Alabama woman's decision to refile her lawsuit to include Carter was a major development, as he is the only other high-profile defendant named in the case alongside Combs. The night of the assault, with new alleged details. The Alabama woman alleged the assault took place in 2000 at an MTV Video Music Awards after-party, according to the lawsuit and her interview with NBC. At the time, she was 13 and living in Rochester, NY. She dreamed of attending the VMAs, so she snuck out of her house, and a friend agreed to drive her to Radio City Music Hall in New York City, the woman told NBC. But without a ticket, she said she stayed outside where crowds watched the awards show on a jumbotron. The woman looked for a way to gain entry either to the VMAs or an after-party. That was how she met a limousine driver who claimed to work for Combs. According to the suit, the driver offered to take her to an after-party. The driver told her that Combs liked younger girls and said she fit what Diddy was looking for, the suit said. The driver picked up the 13-year-old later that night and dropped her off at a large White House, where she was met by two men who asked her to sign a document before going inside, the suit alleges. According to the suit, the woman said she now believes that document was a non-disclosure agreement, adding that she never received a copy. The lawsuit says the residence was filled with celebrities. I'm talking to, like, Fred Durst, Benji Madden, about his tattoo, because, about his tattoo that's The Last Supper, because I have a religious background, so it was just something to talk about, she told NBC. Durst's and Madden's teams did not immediately respond to NPR's request for comment, but Madden's representative told NBC News that the musician did not attend the VMAs because he was on tour with his band Good Charlotte in the Midwest at the time. The woman told NBC News that later in the night, she took a drink that was being served by the waitresses. After a few sips, she began to feel lightheaded and looked for a room to lie down. Soon after, the suit alleged that Combs, Carter, and an unnamed woman entered the room. The suit accused Carter of raping her first, followed by Combs. While the woman watched, Jay-Z comes over, holds me down. I start trying to push away. He puts his hand over my mouth, tells me to stop it, and then he rapes me like he had me overpowered, she told NBC News. According to the suit, the woman fought back and eventually fled the house. She later found a gas station and used their phone to call her father, who came to pick her up. I was upset, and the person at the gas station could tell that I was obviously upset, and she let me use the phone. I called my dad because he was the only person I trust at that time. I told him I messed up and I needed a ride home, she said in the NBC interview. NBC News identified some inconsistencies in her account of the night of the assault. In addition to the discrepancy about meeting Madden at the after-party, NBC said the woman's father did not recall picking her up. NBC could also not determine whether an after-party occurred at any location matching her description. When asked about the inconsistencies, the woman told NBC News, "I have made some mistakes." She added, "Honestly, what is the clearest is what happened to me." Her attorney, Tony Busby, said in a statement to NPR, "Our client remains fiercely adamant that what she has stated is true, to the best of her memory," adding that she also agreed to submit to a polygraph. Jay-Z shreds accuser's timeline in Diddy lawsuit, says her lawyer may destroy evidence in crumbling case. Jay-Z's lawyer poked holes in his rape accuser's version of events as his legal team works to preserve evidence in the crumbling case. The rapper requested the judge order attorney Tony Busby and the anonymous accuser preserve all evidence relevant to this case after multiple inconsistencies were revealed, according to a court filing obtained by Fox News Digital. The woman who accused Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs of raping her when she was 13 years old admitted she made mistakes in her legal complaint against the musicians in a new interview. The timeline, location, and occurrence of events alleged in plaintiff's complaint are rendered impossible by these admissions, Jay-Z's lawyer wrote. Jay-Z goes on offensive taking aim against accuser in break from longtime wall of secrecy strategy. One glaring inconsistency mentioned by Jay-Z's team was the accuser's claim she was allegedly attacked at an after-party hosted in a private residence. She references a house that supposedly fits the description of the location of the alleged assault, but no such house exists, the court documents read, and plaintiff's allegations become even more dubious when considering the nightclub evidence. Jay-Z's lawyers pointed out that Diddy was actually photographed at two separate after-parties at nightclubs following the 2000 VMAs. The "I'll Be Missing You" rapper was spotted at both Twirl and Lotus in New York City. Taken together, the factual inconsistencies, timeline impossibilities, and the lack of corroborating evidence make plaintiff's allegations wholly unreliable, the rapper's lawyer wrote. Busby, who represents Jane Doe, admitted the case was vetted by a different firm and referred to the Busby law firm. Our client remains fiercely adamant that what she has stated is true, to the best of her memory, the attorney told NBC News in an email. We will continue to vet her claims and collect corroborating data to the extent it exists. Because we have interrogated her intensely, she has even agreed to submit to a polygraph. I've never had a client suggest that before. In any event, we always do our best to vet each claim made, just as we did in this case. This has been extremely distressing for her, to the point she has experienced seizures and had to seek medical treatment due to the stress. Jay-Z's legal team also highlighted the accuser's story of how she left the party. In the lawsuit, obtained by Fox News Digital, the woman claimed she fled the party after the alleged rape and ran to a gas station. I was upset, and the person at the gas station could tell that I was obviously upset, and she let me use the phone. I called my dad because he was the only person I trust at that time. I told him I messed up, and I needed a ride home, she told NBC News. We rode home in silence. He didn't ask me what happened. He didn't ask me what I did or where I was. However, her father doesn't recall making the over 5-hour drive from Rochester to New York City. I feel like I would remember that. And I don't. He told NBC. I have a lot going on, but I mean, that's something that would definitely stick in my mind. Busby explained. We agree, he states he doesn't remember. His daughter explains that he was in no state to remember during that point in time due to personal issues he was having then. We are talking about a time frame more than 20 years ago. Jay-Z's alleged sexual assault can rap mogul face criminal charges. The victim claimed in the lawsuit she recognized many celebrities upon arrival at the party and was required to sign a non-disclosure agreement. The now 38-year-old woman revealed who she allegedly spoke to in an interview conducted after the court filing. I'm talking to, like, Fred Durst, Benji Madden, about his tattoo, because, about his tattoo that's The Last Supper, because I have a religious background, so it was just something to talk about, she told NBC. However, Madden was not at the 2000 VMAs as he was on tour at the time with his band, Good Charlotte, and they had a show in Chicago. Representatives for the musician confirmed this detail to the outlet. Honestly, what is the clearest is what happened to me, and the route that I took to what happened to me. Not all of the faces there are is clear, the accuser told NBC in a follow-up interview. So I have made some mistakes. I may have made a mistake in identifying. Jay-Z's lawyers also went after Busby in the filing, pointing out the Texas-based attorney's misconduct on several occasions, including during his time representing Los Angeles socialite Rebecca Grossman. Busby's behavior while representing the criminal defendant was reprimanded by the presiding judge at the time, according to the December 18 legal filing. Grossman was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison for the deaths of 2 young boys who had been crossing the street.